Tube. Boom, done. We'll start up this. We'll play the station identification. Lasts about a minute. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our second season installment of what we like to call Touchdown Tuesday. Now, Touchdown Tuesday is one of my favorite things we get to do. We're going to get some technical things out of the way, like our sponsor. But more importantly, I have guests with me right now. I got the voice of the Eagles, Jim Keating.
Hello.
I have Aaron, Weight Room Whitaker, and Kylar, the hype man for the student section down there.
How's it going?
Now, our sponsor for this year is Sweet Lorelei's Cakes. This company makes the most amazing birthday cakes, wedding cakes, cakes for all occasions, even cupcake cakes. If you say that a couple times, it would be a mouthful. This is probably not in your guys' era, but Jim probably knows the Eagles.
Yes.
What's
absolutely.
that holiday or Hotel California
Hotel
song?
California, sure.
Well,
sure.
Don Henley
Glenn
just
Fry,
had
Don
a
Henley.
birthday at the Nutter Center. He had a concert, and Sweet Lorelei's was actually making that birthday cake.
Oh,
So you can see that birthday cake on sweetlorelei's.com.
very good.
So pretty cool. There's also a lot of different things. Since it's been a long time, we'll do a quick refresh what Touchdown Tuesday is. This is a radio show that we do on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. live. We discuss upcoming events. We recap throughout the week about all of our sports teams. And they usually last 15 to 30 minutes. I know this is your guys' first one, but you guys have done some live commentary for me before. Before we start the 2015-16 Touchdown Tuesday season, we'd like to take a quick minute to reflect on a tragic event that happened this past week. The students at GCCS are like no other. The students that go here have a bond that's pretty courageous. And the interaction, the Holy Spirit that has on these guys are unreal. This past week, our students, who are some of the best prayer warriors that I've ever met, had to say goodbye to a good friend this past week, and today was the funeral for it. The student has a big heart. With everything he went through, he always saw him with a smile on his face. He's loved, missed, and cherished. He has impacted hundreds and hundreds of students with his energy, smile, fight, and most of all his faith. Although his life was cut short, we're able to celebrate a life that was lived for Jesus, and we have the hope through Jesus Christ that this young man's life is not over, but has only begun. We cannot express how supportive our GCCS family has been for the Dick family, and we will always be there for them, their family, with love, support, and prayers. All right, guys, let's get to it. I'm going to start with a quick recap for the past winter sports and stuff. We'll start off with giving our girls middle school basketball a shout-out, 14-1 Mid-State League, our first league for the girls. We got 14-1, good job, girls. And girls varsity basketball, Lisa Zella reaching over 1,000 career points and becoming our school's all-time leading scorer. What do you guys think about that?
I had the privilege of watching Lisa Zeller play basketball when she was in the third and fourth grade. Officiated her back then, and you could tell, even in the third grade, that she was the best dribbler in the league, best scorer, was just quick as lightning, and I was always hopeful that she would get to attend and complete her high school career at Griffith City Christian, and thanks to her mom and dad, that came to fruition. She is an exceptional young lady, not just an athlete, and our school was very privileged to have Lisa Zeller play varsity basketball for 4 years, and it was a thrill to watch her. The middle school girls team's going to be strong again this year because they were predominantly seventh graders.
Mm-hmm.
And so they should be strong again for middle school basketball in 2015/16.
Yeah, we've been talking about splitting it into two teams again. So we got a lot of players coming out, so that's just awesome. Anything on that, you two? I know that's girls. You guys are waiting for the football. We always get that to the end. We save that for last.
Well, I mean, me and Kylar are pretty good friends with Lisa. So, and I've grown up with her since, our brothers were little playing basketball together. We'd always go out there in halftime, play one-on-one, and most of the time she would beat me. But, yeah, it's been really fun watching her. Now she's going off to college. She's going to do great things there. But, I'm really excited for the future of the program. You know, you said particularly in the girls basketball area. So, I mean, I don't know what you guys
Yeah, it's
say,
just
but
been a privilege to be able to be in the student section and cheer Lisa and the girls team on for the last 4 years. They've been a really good job developing and everything.
She probably holds a record for the school for floor burns. Yeah,
Bailey Grace was pretty good at that one,
Bailey
too.
Grace was good at that. Yes, and we did have another young lady that she's since graduated. I won't name her by name, but during basketball games, she did not know how to stop. She would go tearing down the floor and would literally crumble to the floor because she just didn't know how to use her brakes, and it was pretty unique. I won't mention her name, Miss Jones, but Jenny's a sweetie. So, yeah, it's been a privilege to watch Lisa play, and with the re-edition or the return of Bob Williams as a varsity head basketball coach.
That's right. We're getting a
Bob's
new
going to do some great things.
coach. He's from the London area. Yep.
Yeah, he coached London, and before he coached here in our JV squad a few years back, and then he had the opportunity to be an assistant varsity coach at Ohio Christian University for a year or two, and then took the head coaching position at London High School, turned that program around.
Wow.
They went from winning 1 or 2 to quickly winning 10 games or more, and things were on the upswing. School policy such that they decided to hire within for their athletic departments.
Absolutely.
Instead of outside. So Bob's position was his association with London High School was ended, and Bob immediately became available for our school. He's a good hire.
Yep. Yeah, we talked to some couple people, and they said, hey, if you can pick him up, go ahead and do it because he's a tremendous guy.
Very, very positive attitude. Wonderful Christian gentleman that he knows how to coach with a Christian manner that the girls are going to enjoy. And I think Bob will do a great job.
That's awesome. But boys basketball, what do you guys? What's your favorite highlights for this past season?
I don't know. I say our student section really just our student section throughout the whole year. I know he's smiling right now, but we had some big expectations for them coming into the season. I mean, we had a fairly young team. I mean, with me and Tristan being the only real returners, we were the only 4-year guys. But our young guys stepped up real big, and I look for really big things from them. We got Noah Tomlinson coming up from a freshman position. He started to play more towards the end of the year. And then Brandon Baker, Matt Bailey, Hunter Oda. And then we have, I believe, a new kid, Clay Schumacher. I think he's coming up from Grove City. Mm-hmm. So I've been to a few open gyms. He looks pretty nice.
Isn't there actually 3 transfers?
Well, there's one young man that's coming over from Hilliard Bradley. Talking with their family, because they attend church here at Grove City, NAS. They're involved with the church choir, and they've seen our program, and they were excited about their sophomore son transferring over to Grove City Christian. He's also a golfer, and he's about 6'4".
Oh.
And he played, he played basketball at Hilliard Bradley. And the deal was the family was, if they were in the process of securing a home, selling their home and securing a home in Grove City area, they could go through the Ohio High School Athletic Association transfer rules and hopefully enroll Joshua Baker. Okay. I believe is the young man's name, Joshua Jason. Young Mr. Baker will be coming to Grove City Christian if everything falls in place.
Good.
And hopefully he won't have to sit out a year and be able to join in. And basketball's his favorite sport.
Nice.
One of my favorite things was you guys were having some technical difficulties in your watching film. So you guys, since we viewed, a couple of our games, we got the video going right now. We had a couple of our games live stream on YouTube, and you guys ended up just watching our YouTube footage because it was a better quality or something. And you guys watched it with commentary, and you guys were just cracking up during films. That's pretty funny. I like that story there. Yeah. Kylar, you got anything else, buddy? From being the loudest person in the stands to the quietest on the radio show.
I don't know. It was pretty sweet this year. Just I feel like the student section brought it to a whole nother level, and I feel like the team responded really well. They didn't necessarily go far in the playoffs, but this season, it was my favorite season to watch.
Yeah, this is my 5th year being here, and just watch the student section the last few years really build up. Because I think my first year, we definitely did not have it. We didn't have it. So your guys' class definitely set a new bar standard for the student section. So we'll see what happens when you guys are no longer here and you're over in college doing your own thing, making the big bucks.
Oh, yeah, I feel like it's in good hands with Brady and Bill.
Yeah, oh yeah, Brady and Bill for sure. Those guys are great, and they're on the commentary all the time. A quick thing, moving on from track and field this past year, we're able to add pole vault to our program, and I heard they have one of the best pole vault coaches around.
Oh.
That's me. I was a pole vault
yeah.
coach. But Brady Holt, you guys were just talking about him, literally set the bar for future generations to come at 10 feet 6 inches. Brandon Baker, 9 feet 9 inches, and also set a new meet record. Emma Baker, our girls, 7 feet. And Morgan Iverson, 7th grader, 6 foot 6 inches. She actually cleared 7 foot at state and came back down and didn't make it. But she got second in state in the state of Ohio. So this girl's going to have some very good pole vaulting career that could lead into a college scholarship if she keeps improving. And I know she's got the drive to do it. So. Again, if you guys are listening on Spreaker.com, you can go over to YouTube, search GCCS Radio, and you can find us live video. I think that is it for this past season. You guys want to add anything else? Feel free to jump in at any time, talk about whatever you want.
Sad to see us go.
Yeah.
Our sports careers are now behind us, and we were just outside checking out the football team practicing. They have 2 days right now, and it's kind of sad going out there and seeing that should not used to be us, but it's in good hands.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's why you guys got moved to commentary, because that's what happens in the pros.
That's what we're doing now.
Once you're done, you tear your ACL, you're done. You go to commentary. ESPN calls you.
Yeah, there's lots of Ohio State Buckeye alum and greats that are now on the radio and in the media and that are taking a different avenue other than just playing professionally, which is awesome. I love hearing and listening to even the stories. Listening to Beating Wells talk today on the radio about his experiences at Ohio State and in the pros, so that's pretty cool. One thing I do want to add to conclude for last season, the girls' varsity softball team made it the farthest they've ever made it before in the tournament. They were in the district finals, did lose to Newark Catholic, who was obviously one of the kingpins of Central Ohio, but under the direction of Troy Tomlinson and, of course, the on-field leadership of his daughter Grace Tomlinson, Olivia Frank, and Andy Aberzies, who was, I think, the leading hitter in Central Ohio, average-wise.
They did an amazing
They had
job.
a great varsity softball season, and we're going to obviously miss some of those girls, but look forward to some great things in 2016 in the spring.
Yeah, we got a lot of girls who are going to be coming up, and we're starting to build on our younger kids to bring them up, to get those field teams going, to just have a good system for rotation. Anything else from the past season?
No. I forgot the softball team. That was good.
Yeah, I completely. I was writing this out earlier. I had a million things to do today, but yeah, that was awesome about the softball team, and I got to watch them and the boys' baseball team, and just going back and forth. But moving on to this stuff.
All right. Oh yeah,
Next year, 2015, 2016. That's what we're here for. We just recapped the last season for you guys. We probably missed out a ton of stuff. We could talk hours on that, but we don't have the time. Let's talk about the newest thing that we're adding, air rifle competition. What do you guys think about that?
That's new to me.
It's new to me, too. Is it an Ohio high school sanctioned sport, or is it a club sport?
I think so. Over at Grove City High School, they actually have, an ROTC program they actually have a shooting range inside their facility. It's, where they practice their ROT stuff. They set it up on the back wall and just have at it. It's like a airsoft gun type thing. But they get pretty intense, and they got like long barrels on them and scopes, and so I'm pretty anxious to see the NRA came in here and was talking to us, and we're gonna give it a go around. We got a coach for it, and I'm excited to see what happens. It's weird because it's we're used to fall, winter, spring sports. This is a fall through winter sport, so it's gonna cover two seasons. So, what are you going to do if you're go run some laps to warm up? There's probably no 2 days for it.
Work your trigger finger.
When you're at home, take your remote control and just start clicking as fast as you can. But it should be interesting, and I'm excited to see that. Let's go to the soccer team. How do you guys think the soccer team's going to do this year? We lost Jason Stauffer. He graduated, a dual sport athlete. But we got Lauren Banky, who's still around. About Lancey?
The Lancey brothers.
Lancey brothers is still here, and we got Tanner Allen. I think those are our top dogs in the striking position. What do you guys think about this upcoming year?
Well, I haven't heard specifically. Hopefully, Noah Thomason comes back in goal.
Yeah, he had 148 saves last year.
He had a lot of
So,
saves,
oof.
and he being 6'3", 6'4".
Oh yeah, makes it a lot
that
easier.
that helps a lot. And he actually is pretty quick and made some great decisions and was strong defensively for us. So Noah had a great soccer season in goal. Hopefully he'll return for that. The soccer team should have lots of speed. I have not seen them lately, but they're pretty excited about their upcoming season, including Labor Day, September 7th.
yeah,
Stadium.
yeah.
11 a.m. The Eagles will be playing at Columbus Crew, what is
Stadium.
now Map-Free Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
They will be playing host to a high school tournament game that day, and I want to say either Grandview or Worthington.
It's Grand
Grandview Heights or
Grandview
Reedy.
Heights.
It's Bishop Reedy.
Bishop Reedy.
The Silver Knights will be coming to Crew Stadium and will be playing our varsity Eagles that afternoon at 11 o'clock. So that's pretty exciting
You
stuff.
can get your tickets with the athletic boosters, or no, not boosters, the athletic department, or on the church's website, I believe. It's $25, but that also gets you into the game the night before as well.
Oh,
So that ticket for Monday at 11 a.m. also gets you into Sunday night's game.
very good.
I think I want to say take on. I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to mess it up. But yeah, that $25 ticket will get you into the Crew Stadium the night before as well. So definitely $25, 2 games, especially watching your Eagles. That's just going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, soccer-wise, I mean, I've been talking to Mr. Holly a little bit, and he seems really excited. They have a few new guys, from what I understand.
Good.
Curtis McKeon.
Mm,
Normally
good.
a basketball guy.
Yeah,
he's coming
he's a
out.
basketball guy.
Excellent.
I think he's gonna play a little or help Noah out in goalie. Maybe a backup for him, and then play some defense.
Good.
Sebastian, he's a quick little dude, man. He's fun to watch.
Good balance. Excellent with the ball in close to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fearless. Miss Jablonski is an exceptional defender, and now she's a returning senior. Or does she? Yeah, she's a returning senior.
Yeah.
She's a senior.
Jessica is fearless and doesn't back
Yeah,
down
Jessica
from
Jablonski
any of
is-
the guys. Which the team is co-ed, but we hosted a first round tournament game here, and when our opponents came, they were kind of laughing because they thought, "Oh, look at all these girls we have to play," and our team won like 4-0,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and 2 of the girls scored, as well as they made them look bad, and.
Hey.
The whole countenance of the team, and I don't want to mention by name, but when the school was leaving and heading to the bus, they were just dragging. And our kids were pretty pumped up to win a home OHSAA soccer game.
That was a great game.
It was a great game, and good for the program, and Coach Holly's doing good things.
I usually get out there, and watch some practices or so. We'll do that in the next couple of weeks as we have to find some content to talk about before the seasons get underway. But yeah, Jessica Jablonski, she is a great defender. I think she plays right at midfield. Usually is where I see her, and so yeah, I'm excited to see how they do. We can go over to volleyball a little bit. I think we lost some leadership. We definitely had some good senior leadership this past year. So I think we're going to be young. I think our volleyball team is going to be real young. And I think, did they have one of their best records this year? They're pretty close to
They
it.
started out on fire.
They started out
They started out on
undefeated.
fire.
Was it like 12-0 or?
It was.
I don't know if it was that many
10-0?
matches, but it was pretty strong. And I remember we hosted in the tournament Shekinah,
Mhm.
which has been one of the better Central Ohio volleyball programs, and our girls won that first tournament match
Yep,
with the
absolutely
Shekinah.
they did.
And
I think that was a school record as well. I don't
That-
think we
yeah.
don't think we've
We'd
ever
never.
made the tournament. So that was awesome. We got Allie Griggs. She's going to be a senior. So I know she's very aggressive out there. So she'll do real good. Hopefully bringing that good senior leadership back from the previous year. That was left off to her. So take the reins, and Allie, it's on your shoulders. I think she's the only senior.
We got a
Her-
few.
Is there a couple other seniors?
Yeah,
There's like
Allison
3 or 4.
Jacobs.
Allison Jacobs. She's gonna be senior.
Mariana
Better
Galligan.
than Gallon, yeah.
Plays
Marion
libero.
Gallon's really good too.
She
And then,
plays that libero.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Stephanie Sowers. She's got some height on her. She can do some big things.
Oh yeah. So we should have a good senior leadership this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, I think.
And Coach Bradford is dedicated to the teams. He's been here for quite a few years
Mhm.
now.
Yep.
And I think Coach Bradford's top notch as well. I think we have some excellent coaches all across the board, and not just athletic minds, but good quality leaders at the helm. For the most part, I think they're all pretty awesome. So, Coach Bradford, tickled to have him back again, and I know he really has a passion for volleyball and teaching volleyball, and I think we're fortunate to have Coach Bradford.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other sports you guys want to talk about before we talk about football? Football. I had a professor in college, and we taught one of my classes, and he was the volleyball coach for Mount Vernon. And whenever somebody would talk about a sport and they would say football, you go football, like it was like top dog, and like no other sports matters. Football. Let's talk football. And so that's how I still stuck with me.
Volleyball starts next week as far as scrimmages. They take on Marion Franklin, the varsity and JV squads. That's Thursday the 13th. And boys varsity golf kicks off on the 15th. They have a scrimmage with Liberty Union Saturday, August the 15th. Those sports kick into gear. On August the 21st is our Jamboree night for football. We'll get to that a little later. Boys golf again. They begin their season on the 28th with Tree of Life. And the girls middle school, JV, and varsity will kick off their season, I believe, on Monday, August the 31st. They'll be playing. The middle school girls will be playing Millersport, and the JV and varsity girls will be playing Madison Christian. So that's coming up quick.
Oh, yeah. Football. We lost a lot this year, haven't we?
Yeah.
A lot in the skill position.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully the last 2 years, the middle school football team have been solid, maybe even undefeated for the last 2 years, or maybe one loss. But they are hopefully will be providing enough talent at the skill set positions for the varsity squad. Talking with Coach McCampbell, he's not discouraged; he's encouraged, and I think, of course, when you're a Division VII program, the issue of health and numbers.
Yeah.
Do you have enough guys to fill in the spots for not just games but practices and scrimmages? Can you keep them healthy to get into the season? So it'll be exciting. Football is always exciting here at GCC, and we'll be excited to see what kind of team Coach McCampbell and his assistants bring to the field.
Yeah, it was very interesting because a couple weeks ago, OHSAA just passed a new rule: 30 minutes of contact. That's it. So. You guys were out there at the practice. Could you see any contact that's out of that 30 minutes?
They're just in helmets right now. I don't think they start full contact till Saturday.
Yeah,
right.
They got to go
Saturday.
through calamity days or whatever, so they don't get to go till Saturday. They have a scrimmage Tuesday, next
Excellent.
Tuesday at 5
Good.
o'clock Southeastern.
Is that here or at
I
Southeastern?
believe it's here.
Here.
We're hosting them.
Yeah.
So that's always a good scrimmage. They're some big boys. They wake you up.
Yeah, we've scrimmaged them every year that I played, and they're just a big country team, and like the first few plays you get hit, and it's like, whoa, you're getting hit people that are bigger than your team, and it's a good team to play to get used to.
That was me in high school. I mean, we were just a farm team. We weren't very big. We didn't. Our heaviest guy was on the line 225.
Wow.
And so we weren't very big. But when that ball was hiked, we came at you.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what those farm boys do. They just come right at you.
Size of the fight and the dog.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Not the
right.
size
That's
of the
right.
dog in the fight.
So what are we looking at here? We got what do you think? Let's start off with Caleb Sullivan. Did you guys see him getting some reps out there?
Well, it was defense, but I know he got a lot of reps last year. Because Matt Bailey went down with the injury early. He had to step in as a freshman. For a guy who's never played quarterback before, coming into that year, trying to pick up the position, brand new, start the first game. He had his ups and downs, but he made some great plays. And really for him, I think his confidence is the key. If he can get his confidence up, if he really believes in what he's doing, gets the ball out smooth, I think he can be really good for years to come because he's the man right now. Matt Bailey's not out there. He's focused on basketball, so, it's him right now.
Is Matt playing this year?
No.
He's not even playing this year. Wow. So that's a good sized player. That's not we're talking about health and having the players. That's a good sized player who's not going to be out there. But looking at Caleb Sullivan, he had that freshman year under his belt, came in for an injury, and being 6'4",
Yeah, I think
6'5", man,
He's grown.
he's a big boy. He's ate his vegetables. I think he's going to have the field vision, being able to look over everybody else, and just get the accuracy down for the throws, and that could be a dominating force out there. If who's our wide receivers that you guys are going to see that's going to be their strength for this year?
We're pretty young at receiver. I mean, we lost, I think,
Top 4 receivers.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
3 or 4 receivers that came out.
Of the receivers we have, I think one has started a game last year.
Ooh.
So
We're
we're
gonna be
going to be
really
really young there. So, and that was the interesting thing. I didn't get to go to the 7-on-7 that we had a few weeks ago, but I heard it was interesting to see that they're progressing every day as it goes, because our backfield is going to be what's really going to have to carry us.
Yeah,
But-
we lost Trey Roberts there. He had came out the bat against was that Portsmouth Notre Dame. We had
Yeah.
6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And one of those was, he just took the ball right out of the guy's hands and just ran it the other direction. So that's who's going to be in our tailback position right now. Did you guys see anybody out there?
I think we got Caleb Newkirk back. He's been
At fullback.
struggling
That
injuries
poor kid.
his whole career. Man, we wish the best for him. We're just hoping for him to get through some seasons. We might have to have him pick and choose games, but that obviously up to him. And Tavian Sim
Dave Sim. Yep.
gonna be back there. He's been waiting. I feel like he's ready, because at first he had Jordan in front of him.
Yes.
His
Yep,
sophomore
Jordan.
year,
Yeah.
then
And
Jordan
Jordan
took
Haywood, and now
Jordan
Jordan
Haywood.
took off.
And
He
then
had
Trey
Trey in front of
Roberts.
him. So I think he's ready.
Last year he was supposed to be the marquee back, but then we changed things around and put Trey at running back, and Trey just pretty much took over the show from there. So this
Yeah,
is
but I
fun.
remember there were many opportunities that Tavion took when he was in and he was
Mhm.
carrying the
Yeah,
ball. I think he
absolutely.
did
Absolutely.
very well.
Oh,
He's got
yeah.
really good vision. He's a lineman's best friend, because you can make the smallest hole and Tavian will find the hole. for you.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's slip.
Yeah, I would agree. I think keep him healthy, and I think he'll produce numbers.
Yeah, I sure hope Caleb Newkirk's able to get out there and get a couple games without having any more injuries. I mean, this is his senior year, his whole career. He hasn't really played at all. Last year was a re-tear. His sophomore year was the initial tear. Freshman year, did he get any?
He had a tear freshman year,
Fresh-
toward again sophomore year, and then
last year he sat out.
That's
last year
right,
He was
yeah.
actually a cheerleader last
Yep,
year.
he took that year off to
Yeah.
actually make sure it's healthy.
yeah.
Okay, good. So, man, I just hope he's able to get out there and just get some playing time.
He's
Yeah.
he's
he
a big
was-
dude.
He was an
Yeah.
animal in middle
Yeah.
school. He was an animal in middle school and was exceptional back in middle school. He looked like a high school player playing middle school
Yeah.
football.
Oh my goodness. He's
And
a man amongst boys.
Oh, he was. And of course, you just obviously start drooling, thinking this young man's going to have an amazing high school career. And if it wasn't for injury, I
Mhm.
think Caleb would.
Absolutely. He would have had an amazing career.
And he still may have, if he's healthy enough to help out in the backfield, I think that's a plus for Coach McCampbell to have Caleb Newkirk
Yeah,
playing football.
that's another thing I'm excited about. This will be the first time, if Caleb stays healthy, since 8th grade that Caleb and Tavian will be in the backfield at the same
Wow.
time
Wow,
for majority of the plays.
Yeah.
very
I
good.
remember middle school they used to just tear it up with each other.
It's going to be a rough start for our football team as we're on the road every week but one. We have
For the
one.
first 5.
Yeah, that we have that one game in September, and then if we can get through that, get through those trenches, we bring it all home in October. I think we can sit pretty good.
Well, that would be the case if they would be fortunate enough to go 3-2 or 4-1 those first 4 games, and then having 4 of your final 5 games at home is a big plus and a big
Yeah.
shot in the arm. Again, we keep them healthy and we get them through
Mhm.
mid season, then the team could push for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If everything falls
Yeah.
in line, they could conceivably do that. Now they open up with Lyndon McKinley. The scrimmage jamboree night is Friday the 21st of August, 7 o'clock kickoff. That'll be meet the team nights for all the athletic teams here at Grove City Christian, followed by the jamboree game against the Panthers, a City League school that I remember them playing Grove City High School one year, and it was not a pretty game. But again, that school was not known for football.
Mm-hmm.
Now they may have turned around. I'm not certain of their coaching situation, and the Panthers may come in fired up, and they're a Division II or Division III type school,
Yeah.
so there'll be a challenge for the Eagles on Jamboree night. Then we kick off the season on the 28th of August at Columbus Academy. The Vikings last year came in here, and we were really hoping to pay them back for a road loss a couple
Mhm.
years ago.
Yep.
It was a good game, but
Couldn't get it done.
Academy had just had too much size
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the Eagles.
We started off real strong that game.
We did.
We did. We started off. I think we were up by 2 touchdowns at one point, weren't we?
And then turnovers and
Yep.
ball possession, and Academy ended up controlling
Yep.
the last 3 quarters of the game. So we will host Afrocentric on Friday the 4th of September, our
Man.
first official home game.
That's so far away. It seems
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
really.
and
September
One
4th.
then we go
Wow.
back on the road. We've got a Saturday game at Portsmouth, Notre Dame. And
That's
we
gonna
go
be a
down
big
to
one.
the Titan Stadium, which, of course, was the original home of the NFL team that
Yep,
was in Portsmouth
Absolutely.
years ago, and Jim Thorpe and company. So the Eagles get a chance to go down there to that concrete museum that's down in Portsmouth, Notre Dame. We have that trip coming up.
And Brian Ray will be there to commentate that. He wanted to be here
Excellent.
tonight. He couldn't get off work. I know he loves commentating, and he hates the Irish. So he was pumped when he saw that they were coming here last year. I think the commentary on that one was a little one-sided.
We'll
But
host
he grew up in
Bernie.
he grew up in Ironton, so they had that
Oh,
rivalry.
wow.
The whole he grew up in Ironton, so they had that rivalry over there with Portsmouth and Rock Hill and everybody. So it's not just I don't like them. We've had that rivalry since I was little. So that's where that comes from.
They were well-established program, been around forever, but they've had their highs and lows.
Yeah.
And I think they were a playoff team just 2 seasons ago, maybe. Maybe
Yeah,
3.
They were
And
really good.
2 years ago. They
Our
were
2 years
doing
ago?
well. I think
There
they
you
went 8-2.
very good.
They beat us pretty bad that year.
I think we also switched this year. Our region, Grove City Christian
Yeah.
goes
Yeah,
to a
we
new
did.
region in
Regions.
Division 7.
That's right. Yep.
And our region has some teams more northern
Yeah.
Mhm.
of Columbus.
Us
northern
and
northeast.
Harvest from the Mid-State League, we got switched to that region. Everyone else is in the same from last year. So
Yeah.
should make the playoff race more interesting.
It should. It should. And if
Mm-hmm.
we make the playoffs, you stay away from teams like Shady Side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're in our region, but there are a lot of wonderful football programs in the region that we came from. So maybe it'll be a breath of fresh air for us in the new region
Yeah.
for Division 7.
Well, let's end up talking about the most important aspect about football: the offense and defensive line. What do you guys think they're going to look like this year?
Offensive line, I honestly don't know what they're doing right now. I think they're just like rotating people in, trying to feel it out. But I know defensive line will for sure be one of the strongest units on the team. They got Adam Blake returning,
Oh.
Josiah Pasovich returning, and then Bill Carson and Jared big in the middle, and then also Paul Rao. He's going to be starting defensive end too. Last year was his first year, and he ended up not playing that much because he had a sprained ankle the entire year. But he played one of the scrimmages, and when he went in, he gets after it.
He's got speed.
Yeah,
He
he's intense.
he became one of my pole vaulters towards the end of the season, and you gave him a challenge, and he'll accept it, and he'll go out there with a positive attitude, and he'll try to
Yeah.
get it done.
It's no fear. He will go after anybody, man. He really will.
You got to be crazy to be a pole vaulter, so he definitely doesn't have any fear
Who's going
there.
to be handling our kicking duties this year?
Ooh,
Zach
that's a good one.
Lancey,
Yep.
soccer player.
Picked up a soccer
Yeah.
player. He's
Good.
out there.
I
he's out there
saw
with
him
He was out
kick
kicking.
it on one of the social media things from it had good height, had some hang time to it. It looked like about 3.5 seconds. You want it to be about 4 seconds when you kick the ball, but I mean it had good height to it and good spin, and it was deep towards the end zone. So
Yeah, I heard he's kicking it to like the 10, 5-yard line,
Mhm.
and also he can consistently make 30-yard field goals. So
Good.
that's good to hear.
Good. Zach also handled it on soccer, and he'll probably do it again this year. All the goal kicks from the 18-yard
Yep.
mark,
Yep.
and he would consistently put the ball at midfield or beyond.
Yeah.
So I'm tickled to hear that Zach's going to be doing the kicking.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Mack today. He was excited that he was able to get Zach to come out and do it
Good,
because he's
good.
been looking at him for a while to get him to come out.
now is Zach only going to stay to the kicking game, or is he
Yeah.
going to try to get in?
He's
Yeah.
just kicking.
Just kicking? Is that his decision was to do that,
It's
or
more of all three of the coaches. It's Mr. Holly as the soccer coach, and
Yep.
then Coach Mack don't want to do anything to jeopardize his soccer
See-
season because we all know he's a player
and
out
then-
there.
Yeah.
the official rule on that is if you're a dual sport athlete, you have to declare a sport.
As your
So I'm
primary.
assuming his primary is
Is
going to be
soccer.
soccer.
Yeah.
So soccer would trump, anything that football is going on.
Well,
And then
he-
if that season ends,
Correct.
they can then become eligible to play a field position.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if Mr. Lancey chooses to, whether it's whatever position he's quick enough to play receiver or defensive back.
Yep.
If the soccer season ends, and there's still football remaining, he could conceivably play then. We had a kicker, Cameron Brackman, years ago did that. He plays kicked when the soccer season was over. He then played a little nose guard.
Okay.
So
Yeah, those deals, especially if you're doing soccer and football. You know, Jason Stauffer went to every 2-day for soccer and football last year.
I don't know how
So,
he did that. He put in
that
work.
kid, man, he must have ate a lot of protein or something.
He was here all
energy
day.
bars.
All day last year.
yeah. Well, he's dedicated to his sports and to the school, and it's paid off for him now. He'll be playing college ball.
Yep.
And he had some highlight real stuff, some of the things he did. And he wasn't just a scorer. He also was a possession player and an assist. He was an exceptional
He
passer.
had, I believe it was
And,
it wasn't 18 assists. 18 or 20 goals for this past season.
Mhm.
He had, and a couple of those, I think he had 6 goals in one game, I believe.
Okay.
It was either 4 or 6, somewhere right in there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, very impressive. We done?
Well, I gotta give a
Hey.
quick shout out to Brady Holt. I mean,
Okay.
can't forget about this kid. He's the do-it-all guy on defense. You know, if you gotta look for one dude, you're gonna see the little number 27 running out there. He may not love this name. We call him Speed Bump. it's a funny little name, but it's, you know, he may not always run the guy over, but he's not going anywhere. He's gonna slow him down. And
We called Brady's name a lot last year on
Yeah.
tackle.
Oh, yeah, we
I
did.
think he was
On
second
tackle.
second leading tackler behind
Behind
Alec
Alec.
last year.
Yep.
You know, we know Alec's going to play cap this year, but yeah, he's gonna be all over the field this year. They got him playing all sorts of positions on defense, so
Very
that's gonna
good.
be fun for him.
Yeah, and he's also probably going to be one of the big leader guys on the team this year too.
Yeah, Brady is definitely a leader, and you know any kind of task I've ever given him, you know, I've thrown him on the spot. Hey Brady, go ahead and do live commentary on the radio. Hey, I want you for pole vault. You know, he's just the kind of kid. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably made a handful of touchdown-saving tackles
Yeah.
as a
No
defensive back, as well as special teams. He was great on special teams. So, yeah, well, it'll be exciting to watch Brady Holt play football this year.
Yeah.
Good shout out there.
Yeah, gotta help him.
Very good.
Anything else, gentlemen?
I think we're good.
Go
Hey, I
Eag-
appreciate it. Thank
go
you guys
Eagles.
for being here.
Thank you.
Let's go Eagles. Let's have a good 2015-2016 season. Brian Ray will be here next Tuesday on Spreaker, and I will be in Jamaica.
Oh,
So,
Oh,
B.
well,
So-
yeah.
but Ray's going to try to call me. He's going to try to call me to see if we can get a phone call through, so I can
Alright.
come online and talk. But I'm going to try to make it out to a couple of the practices, so I can have some upcoming football. Maybe get some results from that scrimmage, so I can talk about that as well.
Congratulations and good luck this Saturday on your
Thank
wedding.
you very much. Thank you guys for
Yeah.
being here. This is season 2 of Touchdown Tuesday, episode 1.
Very good.
SweetLorelies.com for all your cakes.